Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the middle of the Scottish countryside, and once again we're joined by the exploring crew out here and the channel DJs here too. We're all out here and look at this folks, there's a waterfall in the distance through the trees there. That's the waterfall which is a bit lower down than Reekie Linn, and we're on a mission today to visit like an old stone arch and maybe a viaduct too. We'll see how that goes. But definitely the old stone arch anyway. Check this out for the start of the video though folks, look. 1986. Somebody was sitting here at this tree in 1986 writing, and look, it's right on the edge of this cliff. And it's just a crazy autumn scene out here. Unreal. Cliffs at both sides folks, but yeah, we're out for the adventure. Right. Here we are folks, we've made it to the old historical arch, and look at it, it's absolutely ancient. That path along there is pretty treacherous like, and pretty flooded out. At one time this would have been a path on the early estate for the old estate folk to come along, and yeah, back then they would have cared for stuff like this. I've been here before on videos, but it's cool to see that it's still standing. The history isn't like done forever. See, I think in the 1800s and stuff they used to repair stuff. And the Victorians used to try and keep a lot of this stuff alive.
That's random,
Right folks, we're moving on now on this adventure. If anyone comes to this spot folks, they must be super careful, because this cliff top path just drops off into the river. The cliffs are crazy all the way along the side of here. Whoa! This is crazy folks, we're making our way back along this path, and it's cool in the autumn like. It was cool to see that stone arch there, like, this was just a short segment, but the bit you're away to see now in the video is me when I was attempting to go to and explore the other day, which was a fail. So yeah, let's get into that folks. Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join me in the middle of the Scottish countryside, and today we've come to Glenila. I was going to come to this location a few weeks ago, but the rain was so heavy when I got here, it was just like no worth even doing. But I've come back, and my mission today is to travel to the other side of this river here, which is the River Isla. I'm just hoping this bridge down here is still in one piece, because last time I came here the river was just about sweeping the bridge away. But yeah, there's a cool obelisk that I had never noticed before, a massive stone tower like obelisk at the other side of the river here at Glenila, and I hadn't even noticed it all these years until Channel DJ pointed it out to us when we were driving down the road, so shout out to Channel DJ. But yeah, this is like a morning adventure right here. I'm taking full advantage of the sunshine here. I'll just get off this road here folks. Anyway, I'll update you once I'm going down here. Look at this folks, the Catherine Trail. Aileth 10 miles down this path. But we're just going to take the start of this path and then cut along the top of the river here. We're just basically needing this bridge to get to the other side of the Isla. There's some amount of water running down here. This is a cool spot up here in Glenila. The temperatures are starting to get really cold at this time of year now. But today it's not too bad for wind and stuff like that. When we were up at the Sword and the Stone, like the wind up on top of that hill was just crazy. Yeah, the autumn colours out here is just incredible folks. Look at this here, folks. This is the ancient bridge. What are they saying? Bridge closed. Please where the bridge is due to rotten deck timbers. Apologies, please where. Oh, it says it's no safe, folks. This is a disaster for the adventure. Like, I can't even believe this. What a shame. I was going to brave it, folks, and I just heard it made a noise, eh? It's no safe. So there we go, folks. That is that adventure kaput. The bridge is closed. Literally, I heard it make a noise when I was like halfway over, and that is just enough for me. Like, it was too scary. It was crazy though to go and see that. Like, it's an old bridge, folks. That's just. We're going to have to go somewhere else in this adventure now. So I think that's my only way across the River Isle, that bridge. So it's so unfortunate we're not going to see this obelisk in this video. Not unless there's a crossing further down or something. But you can't take risks like that on bridges. And you'll end up tangled within the bridge wreckage in the water or something. Yeah, I analysed it as I was crossing it there. I put a few steps over, and it's not worth it, folks. Safety's always number one when you're exploring. I'm just seeing if I've got an alternative route here, folks, across the river. But I'm really not sure. That looks like the only bridge there. That's the Catherine Trail there that we were just at the foot of. It's hard to see, folks. There maybe is another bridge further down there. There's nothing on this sign here about that obelisk either, folks. Yeah. We'll maybe have to come back another day with like channel DJ and go on a proper mission to get to this place. Yeah, some missions are a fail, folks. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Alright, folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us out in the middle of the Scottish countryside. And once again we're joined by the exploring crew and the channel DJs out here, folks. And today we've come to a special location as well. In the last video we were at that abandoned massive mansion, and we've come down the road. I have been here before, but the rest of the crew here has never seen this, and it's a massive mansion as well. Balati Lodge it's called. It was built what we believe in an Art Deco style in the 1920s as a bit of a lodge, like a getaway, weekend getaway kind of house. And it's absolutely massive, like 3 stories. Sadly now the roof's off it, a bit like Kincalderham House, but it's still cool to come on these adventures and document these, because every year they fall down and decay more and more. So it's super cool. But this place has got an eerie look to it as well. It's always a cool adventure coming down to a place like this, seeing what's left of it. It's been massive back in the day though. It's had the Harlan on it as well, like what we saw in the last video in that big house. This would have been a hunting lodge at one time. Balati Hunting Lodge. It would have been a bit of like a weekend getaway kind of house. people that built stuff like this had loads of like throwaway money in a way. And I think it was like after the Second World War and stuff, places like this were just forgotten and ruined. Because this place was a ruin in the 1950s. When my grandfather used to be the forester at Glenila, this place was ruined back then. This is crazy, folks, check this out. That's the original front door at the far side there. And these would have been big bay windows. Yeah. See, sometimes with these big houses, they took the bay windows out so they could take all the scrap and stuff out easily. Built in the 1920s, it was. And then it was abandoned by like the 1950s. It was ruined. You can see the way the old stones were actually cut with the marks there on them. It's crazy, like one day this wall has just fallen in, there's trees and stuff, massive trees just growing, and that shows how long it's been abandoned when trees are that size in the middle of it. It is crazy too, like you can see where the plaster's been connected onto the wall. They have like laths of wood with the plaster on it back in those days. Whoa. This was the grand entrance. Eh? No. Because I think there was a little porch kind of bit. But I wonder if there's been like a...
Well, there's a step there.
Yeah, there's steps there. And look, there's remains of... Something's been mounted on there. That's one of the old square nails.
Same over here, there's an indentation.
Yeah, so there's maybe been...
Yeah, those steps.
And then there has definitely been steps here as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. But this was probably a landscaped garden at one time out here. And look up there above your head. Oof. That's leaning over so far. Worse than... That's leaning now a lot more than it used to. These old metal beams, they're just rotting out. Look at the stone on this fireplace too. None of these fireplaces are the same. This one's got bricks like this, and the one at the other side's got the solid stones.
Yeah.
And there's a solid stone above that one as well.
This would have been a good...
Aye, a bay window.
yeah.
It's been a grand mansion back in its day. But like from the road you can't even see that it's here.
No.
Yeah. At one time it would have been just a stunning building with a flat roof. And you could have just stood on the starry nights just like...
That's why it's not here, because flat roofs.
Aye, that's exactly it. It wouldn't have helped the building fan down like...
Location either.
Yeah. It is a crazy, crazy, spooky looking building. But the first time I came, I wondered if it was like a factory or something, because all the windows are a different size and different shapes, and it's totally odd, especially around the other side.
Look at that front lintel. Maybe stand under it.
Yeah.
Aye, this tree goes much more, that whole corner's off.
Look at this, folks, there's some crazy rare fungus here. It's not a very nice colour, like, but it's always interesting to see the different funguses. This is crazy, folks. More abandoned historical wonders on the channel once again. Pretty soon all this will be down by the way it looks. Wow. I just came right through the bushes there, folks. That was insane. It's pretty overgrown. Look at it, it's got these white berries. That's crazy, folks. Yeah, I can't believe the lean. Everything which is scrap on this building has been taken off. Yeah, the first time I came here, I was wondering what this was with the small and the big windows and stuff. But it turns out it was likely to be Art Deco style of a house. Hunting lodge. There would have probably been maids and servants and stuff here. Well, maids and that all year round. But the people who owned it would have maybe just come up a few times a year. Like, the size of this structure always blows my mind. Like, it's crazy it can be just abandoned here. It's just camouflaged in the middle of this Scottish wilderness out here. It's absolutely crazy. This is where the original drive would have come in. Then that, where these trees and stuff are. What do you think of it, DJ? It's been some mansion, eh? Everything that's metal is pretty much gone now.
I wonder if you would even stand up on the roof there.
Yeah, I think you could have walked on the whole roof of this place.
Yeah.
And then see at the other side of here, is where the kitchen range would have been. It's a weird building because it's built with like random stones and stuff. See this is where the kitchen would have been. The range would have been here. And then this area here would have been the kitchen. And then see here, look in here. This is where the stairway would have been. Look at these bricks now. Whoa. Look at this. This is where the stairs would have been for sure. Right up, and then look, the door would have gone up onto the roof. But the stairs must have been pretty tacked because there's not a lot of room here. And look, the last remains of the lath and plaster there. But it's weird how it's made with bricks and stones and boulders, and it looks like they've just been digging them out the River Isla. And like some of the lintels are stone, some of the lintels are wood. And then I wonder if some of these passages have been for hot air circulating and warming the stairwell and that.
There's not any signs of a staircase.
See if you look at that hole up there, it's interesting. Because, oh yeah boy, I keep falling over at this point. On the see on the wall up there, I thought there's like channels coming through up there. I think that's been for hot air behind the plasterboard. And I think it would have come through the main range.
Is that what that was? Have you said?
The kitchen range. This would have been the kitchen. Every room would have had a little fireplace. But they're all different. And there's so many chimneys. It's crazy. This tree as well, it's just pushing on the wall.
No, it's going to actually just crumble, getting pushed for nature.
Yeah, that whole
Tell this, but
corner there is going to fall away. And that bit up there, look, the side's already come off, and that's what's lined in there.
that corner across there's cracked because the tree pushing it as well.
Yeah. And this tree as well, every side of it's getting pushed for trees. Yeah. There's a tree at the end chimney and it's busting the wall out. That's the trip over area over this end. Did you open the door of this, or is there anything inside it? There's a nest or something inside it. See, the last time I was in this house, or one of the times, like it's like a crow's nest or something. That's crazy. Imagine you went in there and the door latched when you were inside taking a... See this, folks. Channel DJ has just asked the same question which I've asked for in this house. There's a secondary lintel up there. And we wondered what this was, because I always wondered if this was like a book shelf or something here, how it's set in on the wall. I wondered if this was the library here. Because some of these little houses had like a small library. And it would have had a bay windy. I'm not exactly keeping the noise in here. It would have had a bay windy going out here. So you can see how it's all been broken off. See, some of it's metal beams and other ends is wooden ends. I wonder if they had put the metal end further up there just to take the load off the wooden one, because they wanted a wider opening but they didn't have a beam long enough. So they just did that to take the load off it. It is just a crazy scene out here though, folks. Right folks, we'll head around now and see what else this place has to offer in its grounds. It is pretty epic though. See, there's an old like bucket here which must have been maybe the coal pail or something for the house. That's maybe the last remaining artefact for the house. It is crazy for like this angle though, eh? It's eerie.
All
Lead.
the wood from the house must have been shown on the outside, eh?
Yeah, it's like it had bits that stuck out.
Yeah.
But see how there's lead cladding on the left hand side?
it's still got it.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's amazing that bit of lead's still there. But yeah, it is epic. That is a spooky scene though when you see it. I'm going to get a photo for this angle. Epic, folks. It was built in 1920, we know that for sure. It is cool, even though I've been here before, it's like so cool to keep coming back to these places and recording them and seeing what's left of them. Share the history with the exploring crew. Yeah, that's the only bit of lead that seems to be left on the building. It looks like it's been ripped off around up there. At one time there must have been so much taken out of that place.
Kind of got church vibes away from this angle.
It looks like a factory for some angles though, because it's just a big square. But seemingly the Art Deco style was like that.
Inside it would have been round.
Yeah, and big like straight, massive high windows and stuff. Anyway folks, it's starting to get dark because it's now approaching winter here in Scotland. So we're heading back out of this spooky house location. And this is where the original road came in. You can kind of see it in the trees. There's just like a clear bit. It's like a post-apocalyptic scene of Scotland out here. Just like most of the places we explore. Look at this folks, this is one of the bulls of Glenila here. Look at him, he's a big beast. Pure muscle.
I think because you're trying to take an outside cow though, it doesn't look that mad.
He is big though, eh?
Oh aye.
See the way he walks? Right folks, that's us back on the main Glenila road out here. And yeah, we've come to the end of this short adventure. But I'll end it here. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye for me. Goodbye for the exploring crew. And goodbye for Channel DJ out here. And we'll be back very soon with the next adventure.